Hello, friends. Sunday, February 4th, on the full moon of midwinter, is the Jewish holiday of Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat is the Jewish New Year of the trees. In Tu B'Shvat, we plant trees for future generations. Tu is the pronunciation of the Hebrew letters for the number 15, and it falls on the Hebrew month of Shvat, usually around February. As Rabbi Rami Shapiro explains, Tu B'Shvat has been important since the Holy Temple days because of the tithing. It was the end of the fiscal year of trees. Fruit that appeared before that date was taxed for the previous year. Fruit that appeared later was taxed for the following year. So the Talmud called this legal date the New Year for trees. But the Kabbalists, the Jewish mystics of Tzfat, in the 16th century saw this time as the new year for the tree of life itself, the Eitz Chaim, for God's own self, for the tree whose roots are in heaven and whose fruits are the world itself and in all God's creatures. To honor the reawakening of trees and of that tree of life in deep midwinter, they created a mystical Seder. By borrowing from the Pesach Seder model, the mystics of Tzfat created a ritualized ceremony for drinking wine and eating fruits and celebrating the Eitz Chaim, the tree of life. The tradition of this Seder survived mostly in Jewish communities of the East, in Iraq, Iran, and India. It was not observed in Western Jewish communities until the last century. You see, this custom was adapted by 20th century Zionist educators who made it a tree planting holiday to help redeem the land of Israel. Peter Wolleben, in his book, The Hidden Life of Trees, asks, why are trees such social beings? Why do they share food with their own species and sometimes even go so far as to nourish their competitors? The reasons are the same as for human communities. There are advantages to working together. A tree is not a forest. On its own, a tree cannot establish a consistent local climate. It is at the mercy of the wind and weather. But together, many trees create an ecosystem that moderates extremes of heat and cold, stores a great deal of water, and generates a great deal of humidity. And in this protected environment, trees can live to be very old. To get to this point, the community must remain intact no matter what. If every tree were looking out only for itself, then quite a few of them would never reach old age. Every tree, therefore, is valuable to the community and worth keeping around for as long as possible. And that is why even sick individuals are supported and nourished until they recover. Next time, perhaps it will be the other way around, and the supporting tree might be the one in need of assistance. When thick silver gray beeches behave like this, they remind me of a herd of elephants. Like the herd, they too look after their own, and they help their sick and weak get back up on their feet. End quote. One more favorite piece on the appreciation of trees comes from a favorite book of mine, Annie Dillard's Pilgrim at Tinker Creek. In it she writes about trees. There's a real power here. It is amazing that trees can turn gravel and bitter salts into these soft-lipped lobes, as if I were to bite down on a granite slab and begin to swell, bud, and flower. Trees seem to do their feats so effortlessly. Every year, a given tree creates absolutely from scratch 99% of its living parts. Water, lifting up tree trunks, can climb 150 feet an hour. In full summer, a tree can and does have a ton of water a day. A ton of water. A big elm in a single season might make as many as 6 million leaves, wholly intricate, without budging an inch. I couldn't make one. A tree stands there, accumulating deadwood, mute and rigid as an obelisk. But secretly it seethes, spits, and stretches. It heaves up tons and hurls them out in a green fringed fling. The dynamo in the tulip tree pumps out ever more tulip tree, and it runs on rain and air. End quote. A few uplifting reflections on the power of trees. We are directed on Tu B'Shvat to spend some time outdoors, taking in the majesty of the trees that grace our lives with beauty throughout the year. So, Chag Sameach, happy Tu B'Shvat. Stay safe and be well. Shalom uvracha, peace and blessings.